Wanted to give you a shout out to the Money Mindset crew and the Locals gang and the whole effing coach gang. Safe travels, coach. Take me out with the Here's William. Shout out to you.
Here's William.
All right. Shout out to Larry C. The mathematician. Age of Machine says the video of the wife coming in late is an example of unchecked female entitlement that manifests at every level of relationships. They think they define love and relationships as well as think that they can define or redefine relationships at any time. Thanks for showing us all this. It's bad. Can I say this? I'm going to tell you this, and this is going to sound extreme. But I've said this even about black people in slavery, so just bear with me. Bear with me, because it's on the lines of this. And I don't mean any harm. I'm not telling you what to do, and I'm not telling you that we need to go back to this. But hear me out. The reason why you have seen in the past people becoming victims of violence in relationships. I'm not saying you should do this, but the reason why you've seen this is because you've seen the results of these things not resulting in the violence, meaning that you've seen the results today of people not seeing punishment for their actions. I'm trying to speak clearly so that people can listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to give you two examples. When children are not punished by their parents, and we have 20 years of people saying punishing your children doesn't work, 20 years down the line, you see the results of not punishing your children later on. You understand what I'm saying? Like today, we could go back to the 80s. Now, people are going to say, well, it didn't work because people were still knuckleheads. But when you say spare the rod, spoil the child, when you take away the ability for punishing your children immediately with action, and you putting them in timeouts and you're trying to talk to them through it and you hire a therapist, that hasn't been working. That hasn't been working. Kids don't know when to shut the fuck up. They're disrespectful. They talk over you. They argue with the parents. There's no immediate consequences to pop their ass in the lip. I'm not saying physical violence is necessary, but what I'm saying is before you had that. Later on, you don't have that. You have 20 years of raising children without this, and guess what? Look at the kids now. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go back. You see how niggas act today when they get the police on their ass and niggas act running amok? They start talking back to the police and they end up getting choked and whooped and spanked. And then now we got to feel bad. We need police reform. Nah, this nigga need to learn how to be quiet, because now if you look at how these motherfucking plantation niggas act in 2025 when the police pull up, now you know why them niggas was getting their ass whooped on the plantation. Now it makes complete sense as to why y'all niggas was getting whooped on the plantation. Now this might sound mean, but now I see why them niggas was getting whipped by a motherfucking whip. All right, now it makes sense. Because a motherfucking master like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Whap. I'm not saying it was right. But based on what I'm seeing today, some niggas are hard-headed and they needed they ass whooped. Now, niggas today in 2025 is continuing to choose to get they motherfucking ass whooped. Like, it ain't my fault. Do you see what I'm saying here? Hey, start whooping these niggas. They keep asking for it. I know it sounds mean, but here we are. We stop whooping these niggas' ass and they think they can keep running their mouth. Whoop their ass. Now, when it comes to women, women have always faced immediate consequences for their bullshit. Gaslighting, manipulation. There were men that went in pulled their hands from their pocket and said, you know what? You ain't gonna do that around here. Pimp hand strong. Immediate consequences. Now, I'm not saying that this is a solution. What I'm saying is this manipulation that we face from women today, there's no punishment. They go unpunished from this. in the household. They go unpunished from this, from man to man to man to man to man. They leave a fucking graveyard of men that have been abused and victimized by women's bullshit, when before somebody told they ass when they were 16 their father, when they were 18 their first boyfriend and husband. Somebody told these bitches that they ain't gonna put up with this bullshit. We ain't putting up with this bullshit, nah. But not today. These women go from 16 to 30, 16 to 44 with this bullshit. And they never learn. Nobody ever checks their ass. We trying to negotiate with them and stop them from their motherfucking cat and mouse game. Nobody checks them. You see what I'm talking about? Because we think talking it out is going to stop children from doing bullshit. We think talking through it is going to stop niggas from doing niggy shit. We think talking through it is going to stop these women from playing games against you, and it's not true. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we need to go back to that. What I'm saying is people saw that straight talk led to straight understanding. People learned that when they did bullshit, it was time to flinch when you got caught doing bullshit. It was time to flinch. Because that's how people kept shit in check. Now, that is a big situation here, because now you have people that have physical power that can put the fire out on games and manipulation. Do you see what I'm talking about? We're absent of these tools. Men are absent of these tools with their children. They're absent of these tools with these niggies. They're absent of these tools with everybody. Women, they're absent of these tools. So now we got to negotiate and understand them as they're playing cat and mouse games. And nobody faces consequences. We have a feelings culture, the whole therapy thing. This is just bullshit. This is her way to get a referee in there to pass that buck on to you. We're going to hear a therapist talk about this in a minute. There's no immediate response to bad behavior. And if there is, we're just hoping they finally understand it. What we have to understand is, no, they don't finally understand it until real consequences show up. By that time, they just don't know, right? They'll just say, I've never had anybody give me these real life consequences. Now they can just run from it. The minute there's discipline, I'll just run and I'll find a new person to manipulate. And by the time he figures it out, I have gotten what I want from him. This is why a wife can pull up at 2 a.m. and just say, you got to fucking deal with it. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to hit me? What are you going to do? You can't do shit. You're going to lose all of this. You can't do shit. And that's what people know inherently, because human beings, we're just animals, despite the Christians wanting us to believe that we're a higher form. We're just more intelligent animals that are conniving and manipulating, men and women. If we can get over on somebody, we're going to get over on somebody, period. And when we know when we have a leverage over someone, we can use it. And if they can't fuck us up, they can't do anything. You can't do anything. You fuck me up, I'm going to be the victim. Niggas know that. Police, they could just reframe it. I was a victim. Police whooped on me. Now, you probably weren't a victim. You probably deserved all of that ass whooping. All right, every single ass whooping and every single motherfucking throat punch you got, every motherfucking crotch shot punch you got, you deserve all of that shit. And when I see the full video, I'm like, yep, you deserved all of that shit. You wanted that shit. You asked for it. What people do is they realize, how much rope do I have to hang myself? And they go right up to that fucking limit. And they keep pushing that button. This is what people do. Then we give them an excuse for doing that said behavior. We give them an excuse when we can simply say, yeah, you were unruly. You were out of line. You shouldn't have done that. We give them an excuse. This is what people do. And I understand that. I know this. Remember, even AI knows. I just look at human behavior. I don't care about race or gender or any of these social issues you're talking about. I don't give a fuck. When people get fucked up, most of the time they ask for it. Not many people get innocently fucked up. Not many people get innocently fucked up. I know that as a rule. Not many people get innocently fucked up. They earned all of that fuck up. They earned all of that ass whooping. They earned all of them consequences, and many times it's karma coming back to fuck their ass up. I understand that. I don't give people a pass for getting fucked up. Every now and then, that's like a 10% chance you were just an innocent bystander. But most of the time, you earned all of that shit, and it was over time they gave you had somebody exercising patience, and they finally said, I have no more patience. I'm about to fuck you up. I know that. That's what I believe. Has the modern dating landscape confused you? Have many of the standards that you heard, you're kind of tired of hearing about, and you're wondering, what does it all mean? Well, look no further. Join us talking about the monetized dating marketplace right now on Locals, and it is CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You can create a free account to join the conversation between the Coach Gang members, but also on Sunday, we do a live stream demonstrating all aspects of the monetized dating marketplace. And coming soon in 2025, you're going to have access to a sample of the monetized dating marketplace course where you can get information related to how to participate in the monetized dating marketplace and or how to understand it, so you're not out here spinning your wheels trying to figure out how you're going to best deal with the monetized dating marketplace. Listen, everything and every aspect of dating is monetized. We just want to relieve the frustration that you might have about it. So the best way to do it is make a free account right there on Locals, CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You can get access to those live streams, but create a free account. Just join the conversation. I am the only one covering this conversation from this point of view. And yes, I am ahead of my time. Get ahead of the information before you're priced out. So when somebody get fucked up, just go back and trace that shit back, follow the fuck up money trail, and you're going to find out why they got fucked up. And then I have no more compassion for their ass. Shit, you deserve that shit. Because you playing games. People play games with each other. And not only you might not play games with that person, you might play games with other persons, and you learn you can get away with that game, and then you meet the wrong person, and then they fuck you up. Right? That's just what it is. You met the wrong person, and they said, I ain't putting up with that shit. Now, because the other 10 people let you get away with it, well, these other 10 people let me get away with it. This person didn't let you get away with it. And they said, fuck that shit. I ain't letting you do that. And then consequences. Now, unfortunately, they're going to jail, and then your ass is playing the victim. But this is our reality. And I don't care if it's men, blacks, white, women, children. This is what we're doing. And now, nobody can face consequences and repercussions because they're always the victim. The reason why, going back to relationships, why we see so many men powerless is they have no power to exercise their leverage, their dominance. You have abdicated all of this to the fact that you have abdicated your ability to have multiple women because they want to test your morality. Well, moral wise, it's better to be a man with one woman. Nah, motherfucker, not in 2025. You crazy as fuck. Now you got these women with multiple dudes, and they out here saying, well, we got to have multiple dudes because one man is not enough. They literally flipped it. And now you got to accept it. Okay? I tell you this, my bully fish story. This is the bully fish. Okay? Anybody heard press 1 in the chat if you heard my bully fish story. Because hurt people hurt people. This is the truth. And people know how to manipulate. So my bully fish story is exactly this. I had a fish in this fishing tank that was getting picked on. Every time I go over there, there's a fish just going up, just pecking at this fish. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? I gotta find out why this fish is violating this other fish. to the point the other fish just like this, about to die. All right. I'm like, yo, I got to go in and get this fish out of there. I fucking scoop the bully fish out, flush the bully fish down in the toilet. I flushed the bully fish down in the toilet. And I'm like, good, all harmony in the tank. There's going to be harmony in the tank. That one fish was causing problems. So the fish that was getting bullied gets back to strength and power. Then I look up, that fish is bullying the rest of the fucking fish. Hold up. I look up, and now the fish that I saved, the fish that was hurt, the fish that was almost dead, is now bullying the other fish. And I'm like, hold up. Now I gotta scoop your motherfucking ass out because you out here fucking with the rest of the fish. Now I gotta scoop you out. The point of it is there's always power at play. No person is the victim. No person is the aggressor at all times. So if you disarm the original aggressor, punish them severely for punishing and controlling others, you would think that there would be harmony in the tank, but there's not. The power shifts to the person that has the most leverage. In this case, for the parents, you disarm the parents, the children become the bully. You disarm the men in relationships, the women become the bully. You disarm the police, the niggas become the bully. That's what's happening. It is never harmony. It's never going to be balanced. It's never going to be fair. If you remove and disarm and detooth and declaw one person, they become the fucking victims and the other person becomes the bully. That's where we are in our society today. Period. If you don't believe it, I don't understand what world you're watching. You de-incentivize men. You incentivize women to go in and just grape these men, go in there, clean his clock, and then run out here and be the victim. That is what we have in the relationships. The men can't do anything right. The women do everything right, and they bully the men now. They're bullying the men. They're bullying them across the board, and they're playing psychological games. They got referees, therapists, attorneys, police. They got everything on their side, and they're bullying the men in the relationships. And then they get to hide behind, well, I'm just a little girl. This is the power dynamic we have that is completely absent of men. They disarm the men. You can't whoop their ass, can't stop them from doing things, can't call the police against them, can't say you're a victim. You got dating apps now where these bitches are going to air out men. You got it completely unbalanced. The men are powerless. The men can't do anything about it. These women whore themselves out all the way into their 30s. These niggas ain't getting no play. They get shamed for getting no play. Well, you ain't got no game. These women open their fucking legs at will, and then you supposed to accept it. The women are bullying. That's the dynamic. Anybody that disagree with it, you crazy. Now, how did you get that shit back? I used to say this, and again, I have to be careful. There's only one way you get it back. There's only one way, and I ain't going to suggest it. But blood going to have to be on the pavement. But I'm not saying that. That's the only way. That's because you can't just negotiate this back. You can't negotiate it. Men have abdicated. They tried to play nice and fair. You fucked it up. The parents, you try to play nice and fair with your kids, and your kids fucking hate you. Today, you would think kids would love their parents today. These kids have been treated softly by parents, the most softest kid treatment of kids in the history of the world. And guess what? They hate their fucking parents at the end of the day. You know how many kids that are Gen Z hate their parents? You know how many kids today hate their fucking parents? Now, bruh, the parents from the 80s and the 70s used to whomp your monkey ass. and you got mad respect for your parents, right? You still love your parents today. These puss-ass millennials and these Gen Z kids hate their fucking parents' guts. And they gave them every cotton picking thing. They was there wiping their rear ends until they were 8. They were feeding them with a fucking silver spoon. They was out there buying shit for them and putting them in their own room, in their own bed, in their own fucking TV. They let them stay in the room and close the goddamn door all day. They let them sleep in the noon. They did their laundry all the way up into their teenage years. They paid for their college. And these motherfucking kids hate their parents for that shit today. Like, think about this shit. Think about it. They disrespect them. They talk back. They tell everybody under the sun on social media they hate their fucking fathers. They hate their mothers. And the mothers and fathers never put a hand on these fucking kids. Tell me I ain't lying. Parents never went upside their head, never whooped their monkey ass, never chased their ass around with a belt, never went outside with an extension cord. Not once. They in therapy talking about their parents made them play sports and take violin lessons, and they hate their fucking guts. They made them walk the dog at 6 in the morning. These motherfuckers is out of their mind. So when you spoil someone, spare the rod, spoil the child, it goes with relationships today. Same thing with men and women. These bitches want to be spoiled. The minute you don't spoil them, they be like, yeah, these niggas. So who's the real bully? Who's the real victim in this shit? Sorry to go off on that tangent, but I got to make things clear because sometimes I got to talk in circles so you niggas don't say I'm making threats or some shit like this. Now these women, dude, these parents don't even know their daughters are whores. Selling pussy. Their parents don't even have a fucking clue why, because they can't challenge that daughter. But they got to support that daughter and be there for the daughter and look past the fact that they're OnlyFans whores and just be delusional. Instead of being like, bitch, what you doing in that room? Like, there was a time you couldn't even close the door at your parents' house. Parents would be like, oh, you ain't closing the fucking door in my house. Now today, you remove the door off the kid's room, it's abuse. You make the kid keep the door open, abuse. So that the kid has more power over the parents. I'll call CPS. You yelled at me. The kids will lie to CPS. They'll threaten the parents. I'll just call 911 and CPS. Their kids don't give a fuck. Give me what I want or I'll do this. Threaten you. This happened over periods of years, and the Marxist, socialist, communists have allowed this to happen with their pseudoscience and think that they understand the mind. This is what's happening. And now, same thing with niggas getting whooped by the police. Almost every time they deserve that ass whooping. I can show you one video that them niggas didn't deserve what they got. All right? I'm like, yeah, shit, shut the fuck up next time. That's human nature. It ain't about complying. It's knowing that you are not in a position of power right now. Shut the fuck up. Go to jail and hire a lawyer. That's where we are right now. It's not just with relationships. It's with the parents. It's with the authority. It is the belief system that has got you niggas to believe that authority is always wrong and you goofy ass people are always right. And that's not true. We have now weaponized the weak and the motherfucking undisciplined. And now we have punished and penalized the strong, the people who have got the most leverage and power, the stronger person, the person that earns the most money. We've literally clipped their fucking wings. And so we supposed to accept our kids when they lighten the loafers and they got sugar in their tank and they want to change their gender and they want to be whores and they want to steal shit. We supposed to defend these motherfucking kids so that when they turn into adults and they face one man that's going to say, I ain't putting up with that shit. Well, he's just an abuser. So the person don't even know that there's consequences to their actions because the parents never chin check they motherfucking ass. The police never chin check they ass. The teachers never chin check they ass. They first 10 boyfriends that they whore around with never chin check they ass. Then they run up against me. And now I'm the problem. I don't let them get away with that bullshit. I make they ass check in. Give me your motherfucking location. Give me your phone. Oh, I'm an abuser. I'm controlling. So they just run it at and they go to therapy and throw my ass up under the bus. See, that's because people have never been out here checked for they bullshit. By their parents, by the teachers, by the school, by the police. Nobody else want upside their motherfucking head. That's what's going on here. They've been protected by doing bullshit against their parents, their friends, their female friends, their bosses, everybody. Nobody has ever checked their motherfucking ass. And the first person that checked them, they make themselves the victim. How could you check me like this? Nobody's ever checked. My daddy don't even check me like this, but not me. I'm going to check your ass. They can't handle it. They run away. They say they the victim. They say he's crazy. He's controlling. He a misogynist. They try that bullshit against you. Your wives try that shit against you. And then the children see the wife doing that to the father. And then the father just say, well, happy wife, happy life. I'll just ride this shit off until I'm dead. And when they die, they just spend your fucking life insurance and say, good riddance, fucking die. I heard Hulk Hogan died and he didn't even have a good relationship with his daughter. I mean, think about this, man. He didn't talk to his daughter and never seen his grandkids. Now, that was his own personal choice and shit like that. But think about this. All that work, all that effort, all that sacrifice, and parents are dying, and they have fractured relationships with the kids, and the kids are blaming the parents, and you a fucking spoiled-ass kid. You just a spoiled fucking kid. You know how much shit he did for you? This nigga done ran upside the ring and did backflips and body slam 500-pound motherfuckers to give you your life. And you got the nerve to be like, well, I don't want to talk to you no more, Dad. Man, fuck that shit. Man, fuck everybody who don't want to rock. You gotta at some particular point realize what people have done for you, what men have done for women. These women don't give a fuck. They playing games with you. They just use next nigga, marry you, divorce, use you, next nigga. That's their life. Then they blame you along the damn way. Then you take the L. Then you take the public tarring and feathering on the dating app. Now you got to take the tarring feathering. You got to take the goddamn, oh, I guess it was my fault. When they were making the choice along the way. They chose to be with these guys. Now they going to air their ass out on the dating app, huh? Interesting. You made bad decision after bad decision after bad decision, and you want to come out being the victim when somebody checks your motherfucking ass. This is what the world we're living in today. The bullied is now the bully. The men are toothless. You don't have any weapons, and you're powerless. The minute you speak out against this, you're a misogynist, and you're filled full of hate. Nobody's perfect, but we have to understand we hold all the cards as men. We make the most money. I don't give a fuck if these women run around here and say they make the most money. Put your motherfucking check up against mine. You ain't make more money than me. All right, but we make the most money. We have the capacity to work longer. We're stronger. We're bigger. We're taller, stronger, faster, motherfucker. We got all the cards. But guess what? We abdicated for some feelings and shit. Well, they deserve. Y'all niggas running around here talking about the WNBA deserves more money. They don't deserve a goddamn thing. Nobody watching them. Nobody's watching them. It's easy solution. Nobody watches them. Well, more people watching them now. Nobody's watching them. They don't deserve shit. Nothing. They don't deserve shit. Now, you can give it to them. Don't mean they deserve it. But that's like giving these funky ass kids something you think they deserve. You think they're going to respect you because you give it to them? No, they're not. They're going to want more tomorrow. This is what we have to understand. That they funky ass run around here making $75K a year. They lucky to have that fucking job. They lucky to have that in the summer. Make them bitches bag groceries during the off season. Or do whatever the hell they want. They don't deserve shit. Nobody's paying attention to them. They don't deserve nothing. Nobody's paying attention to them. The women aren't, neither are the men. You can't name 5 WNBA players. Nobody has WNBA t-shirts and merchandise. Nobody's rocking jerseys. They have no impact on the culture. Nobody watches them bitches unless Caitlin Clark is on the screen, possibly Angel Reese. It's that simple. They don't deserve shit. They lucky they got what they got. All right, that's what my opinion on it. They lucky to have what they got. So go ahead and keep your ass out there. Shut the fuck up and you just say, I'm lucky to be here. But nah, them bitches run around here. We're entitled to nah, bruh. How many women watching the WNBA is sitting around talking about what the WNBA did last week? 0, unless they bulldaggers. But we supposed to just give it to them because they squawk in their fucking mouth. No, you don't get a goddamn thing. Go sit down. But nobody can tell them that. And if you tell them that, you're in the wrong. Go sit the fuck down.